Title: Tony DeAngelo puck drops out of Flyers roster. Will he slide or glide? TLDR. Tony DeAngelo, the defenseman once coveted by the Flyers, is now placed on unconditional waivers. The Flyers plan to execute a buyout of DeAngelo's contract, a kind of get-out-of-the-rink card if you will. But don't worry, we aren't talking about poor Tony getting booted out onto the street with his hockey sticks. This is all just part of the game. Story. Break out the nachos and brace yourself, puckheads. It looks like Tony DeAngelo is getting unceremoniously waved off by the Flyers. This move has come as quite a surprise considering Tony was once seen as a coveted addition to the Flyers' defensive lineup. So, what's the deal here? Well, the Flyers placed Tony DeAngelo on unconditional waivers and have a game plan to buy out the defenseman. An unconditional waiver, for those of you who don't speak hockey essay, is a formal statement that says, "Sorry buddy, but we are letting you go." It's like a breakup text, but for pro athletes and, without the late-night remorse or ice cream binge. The buyout, in contrast, is a bit more complex. Essentially, the Flyers are planning to pay a percentage of Tony's contract to release him from the team. It's like buying an unwanted gym membership off your friend, except with more zeros on the end. So where does this leave our dear Tony? Well, according to the hockey rulebook, being placed on waivers means that other NHL teams now have the chance to claim him. In other words, he could be playing for the Sharks, the Capitals, or heck, even the Penguins by this time next week. Talk about a plot twist, eh? Now, here's where things get spicy. Some have questioned the Flyers' move, considering Tony's promising track record. Last season, he played 22 games, scored 1 goal, and had 8 assists. Those stats make you wonder, doesn't it? Why let go of such a player? Could it be a strategic move, a calculated gamble, or simply a colossal blunder? Only time will tell if the Flyers' decision will go down as a power play or a penalty in the history books. And as for Tony DeAngelo, will he rebound and become the next Gretzky for another team? Or will he find himself in hockey purgatory, forever wishing for the one-timer that never came? But hey, we're just the narrators here. Now it's your turn. What do you think of this whole fiasco? Is the Flyers' decision a slap shot in their own net or a strategic move that will put them in the playoff run? And what about Tony? Will he prove them wrong and rise like a phoenix, or is his career destined to go out with more of a fizzle than a sizzle? Note, this article does not provide investment advice or recommendations. The views expressed here are those of the author and do not necessarily reflect the views of Turned Up News. Always do your own research. This article is for entertainment purposes only.